That Movie Dork here again with trivia about the horror satire classic, Scream. Release date, December 20th, 1996. Budget, 14 million green ones. Tech specs. Movie-cam compact camera with Claremont scope anamorphic lenses for A-cam, Panaflex Platinum with Primo and C-Series lenses for B-cam, captured on Eastman EXR 200T5293 and 500T5298 35mm film.
Hell yeah.
The original title was Scary Movie, even using it 5 times in dialogue. The name would be reused 4 years later in the satire of a satire, Scary Movie. Ghostface's getup is an off-the-shelf costume sold by the novelty store Fun World in 1991 and 1992, but was originally designed by Lauren Giffins for Alterian Ghost Factory in 1991, and the idea was poached and reworked. Inspired by Edvard Munch's painting Scream, the characters on Pink Floyd's The Wall, and ghostly characters from Betty Boop cartoons, they created a caricature of someone simultaneously screaming and crying. Roger Jackson's iconic voice of Ghostface was intended to be a placeholder until post-production, but they decided that it was, quote, an intelligent and evil voice that would become irreplaceable to the franchise.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Drew Barrymore's blonde wig in the opening scene is based on Michelle Pfeiffer's hair in Scarface. The opening scene is an homage to the 1979 film When a Stranger Calls, one of Wes Craven's favorites. Neve Campbell scored an audition from her performance on the show Party of Five, which Wes Craven appreciated, feeling she would be capable of acting innocent, but also realistically capable of handling herself with the physical conflict and emotions required. She almost said no, until she learned Skeet Ulrich, her co-star on The Craft, had signed on, so she agreed. There are a few Nightmare on Elm Street Easter eggs. Billy climbs in through Sydney's window, just like Glenn did at Nancy's house. Tatum wears a shirt similar to Glenn's number 10 jersey, but Rose McGowan admitted she was completely unaware of the Easter egg. Director cameo writes, yep, Fred the janitor looking like Freddy Krueger. Sheriff Burke is played by Joseph Whipp, who also played a cop on Nightmare on Elm Street. Screenwriter Kevin Williamson stated, so the backstory there that I put in is that he was so upset by the events in Nightmare on Elm Street that he moved to a small town in Northern California. Kevin also pushed Wes Craven to keep the line,
wow, well, the first one was, but the rest sucked.
Which Wes had cut because he felt it made him look like an egomaniac, which Kevin replied, it is something a real-life fan would say.
Hell yeah.
Henry Winkler has a black leather jacket in his closet. Ayy. As a nod to Happy Days. Collapsible blades were used to get the penetrating effect of knives while also preventing injury. The party scene at the end of the film runs 42 minutes long, which required the crew to shoot it in parts over the 21-day shoot from the time sun set to the time it rose. And after they wrapped, the crew made t-shirts that said, I survived scene 118, jokingly calling it the longest night in horror history. Rose McGowan ad-libbed this line.
Am I the beer wench?
And Matthew Lillard ad-libbed his lines.
My mom and dad are gonna be so mad.
And
I always had a thing for you, Sid.
Nev's response
In your dreams.
was also, body count 8, if you believe that Stu didn't make it. Final bag, $173 million, which became Wes Craven's highest grossing film and a lucrative start to an enduring franchise which spawned 5 more films earning over $912 million worldwide, revitalizing the dead slasher horror genre in a big way. Thanks for watching this super dorky video about Wes Craven's Scream. Share your favorite moments or quotes and keep the suggestions coming. The next video is a user suggestion, and it's a doozy.